studying your last two. I swim with tea when they turned in. The staring out to mute and can lend a pole that some kid died.
Up to this point, we've been comparing two extreme options: taking all compensation as salary or taking all compensation as dividends. But experienced tax planners know something that many beginners miss. Those are not the only two choices. In reality, you don't have to choose 100% salary or 100% dividends. In many situations, the best solution is a combination of both. This is where the concept of a hybrid compensation strategy comes into play. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One road leads to an all-salary approach. Another road leads to an all-dividend approach. Most beginners assume they must choose one of those paths. However, professional tax planners often take the third path, a hybrid strategy that combines salary and dividends in a way that balances multiple objectives. The reason this approach is so powerful is that salary and dividends each provide unique benefits. Salary creates CPP contributions, which help build future CPP retirement benefits. Salary also creates RRSP contribution room and can help with mortgage qualification because lenders often prefer employment income when assessing borrowing capacity. Dividends, on the other hand, provide flexibility and can sometimes improve the overall tax outcome depending on the client's circumstances. By combining the two, we can often capture important advantages from both sides. Notice how the hybrid strategy is highlighted in the center of the slide. That's because professional planning is rarely about finding the most extreme option. Instead, it's about finding the most effective balance. This represents a major shift in thinking. Many new tax preparers focus exclusively on minimizing tax for the current year. Professional planners look beyond the current year and consider retirement planning, future RRSP opportunities, lending requirements, cash flow needs, and long-term financial goals. Sometimes paying a small amount of CPP today can create valuable retirement benefits later. Sometimes generating RRSP room can be worth more than the immediate tax savings from avoiding salary. And sometimes a balanced approach creates the best overall outcome for the client. This is why the key message at the bottom of the slide is so important. Professional planning is about optimization, not extremes. The goal is not to maximize salary. The goal is not to maximize dividends. The goal is to find the right mix for the client's unique situation. In the next slide, we'll look at a real example of a hybrid strategy and see how a tax planner can use salary to top up CPP benefits while still taking advantage of dividend flexibility. Now let's look at how a hybrid compensation strategy works in practice. In this example, the owner needs to withdraw $150,000 from the corporation. Instead of taking everything as salary or everything as dividends, the compensation is split into two parts. $60,000 is paid as salary, and $90,000 is paid as dividends. At first glance, this may seem like a compromise between the two approaches. But professional tax planners are not simply splitting income randomly. They are deliberately using salary to create specific long-term benefits while using dividends to maintain flexibility. Let's start with the salary portion. The $60,000 of salary creates CPP contributions. While many people focus on CPP as a cost, professional planners also recognize it as an investment in future retirement benefits. CPP provides a government-backed retirement pension, and salary is what allows an owner-manager to participate in that system. This concept is often referred to as topping up CPP. Rather than maximizing CPP contributions, the planner may choose to contribute enough salary to build meaningful future benefits while avoiding unnecessary payroll costs. The salary portion also creates RRSP contribution room. This is an important advantage because RRSP room can be used for future retirement planning and tax deferral opportunities. Dividends do not generate RRSP room, so some level of salary may be desirable even if the immediate tax savings from dividends appear attractive. A third benefit is mortgage qualification. Many lenders are more comfortable evaluating employment income than dividend income. By receiving a salary, the owner may find it easier to qualify for mortgages, loans, or other financing arrangements. Now let's look at the dividend portion. The $90,000 of dividends provides flexibility. It allows the owner to withdraw additional funds without increasing CPP contributions on the entire amount. This can help balance immediate cash flow needs with longer-term planning objectives. The result is a strategy that captures benefits from both worlds. The owner receives CPP participation. The owner creates RRSP room. The owner maintains mortgage-friendly employment income. And the owner still benefits from the flexibility that dividends can provide. This is why professional tax planning goes beyond finding the lowest tax number for the current year. The warning at the bottom of the slide highlights an important principle. The lowest tax today is not always the best long-term strategy. Sometimes paying a little more today creates valuable retirement benefits, financing opportunities, and future planning options that far outweigh the short-term cost. That is exactly why experienced advisors often prefer a carefully designed salary and dividend mix rather than choosing one extreme or the other. Now that we've seen how a salary and dividend mix can be structured, the next question is simple. Why do so many experienced tax advisors prefer this approach? The answer is that good tax planning is about balance. On the left side of the slide, we see the attraction of short-term tax savings. Every client naturally wants to reduce taxes and keep more money today. There is nothing wrong with that objective. However, if tax planning focuses only on today's savings, important long-term opportunities can be overlooked. On the right side of the slide, we see the long-term financial benefits that can result from a more balanced strategy. These include CPP pension benefits, RRSP asset growth, improved mortgage qualification, and greater overall financial security. This is where the hybrid strategy becomes valuable. The balance scale in the center represents the mindset of a professional advisor. Instead of chasing the lowest tax bill in the current year, the advisor tries to balance today's tax savings with tomorrow's financial benefits. Let's compare the three approaches. An all-salary strategy provides several advantages. It creates CPP contributions, generates RRSP room, and produces employment income that can help with mortgage applications and lending requirements. However, it may also result in higher personal tax and larger payroll-related costs. An all-dividend strategy has its own advantages. It is simple, avoids CPP contributions, and may improve immediate cash flow in some situations. However, dividends do not create RRSP room, do not contribute toward CPP pension growth, and may not be as helpful for financing and lending purposes. The hybrid strategy combines elements of both approaches. It allows the owner to participate in CPP. It creates RRSP contribution room. It maintains dividend flexibility. And it often produces a more balanced overall result that supports both current and future goals. This is why many advisors view the hybrid approach as a planning tool rather than a tax-saving technique. The objective is not simply to reduce taxes. The objective is to build a stronger overall financial position. Notice the advisor in the bottom corner of the slide. The message is simple but powerful. Let's find the right balance, not the extreme. That statement captures the essence of professional tax planning. Clients rarely benefit from one-size-fits-all solutions. Every client has different retirement goals, different cash flow needs, different borrowing requirements, and different priorities. The role of the tax planner is to understand those priorities and design a compensation strategy that aligns with them. The key takeaway from this slide is that good tax planning considers both immediate taxes and future benefits. When you start evaluating compensation strategies through that lens, you move beyond simple tax calculations and begin thinking like a true advisor. And that's exactly what separates professional tax planning from basic tax preparation.